What's up, guys, and welcome to this Star Wars The Last Jedi spoiler-filled review slash opinion video, whatever you want to call it. So let's place my mic here because I think I might get excited and actually hit it. So if I want to resume this movie in one sentence, it would be the same thing that I actually said in my other video. Expect the unexpected. This is not going to go the way you think. So if you're watching this video, you're probably one of those who actually have seen the movie yet. So I'm gonna give my opinion on it and pretty much talk about why this movie, in my opinion, was so good and why for some other people it would be a disappointing movie. So let's start with the main characters. Mark Hamill, Luke Skywalker. I honestly think this is my favorite performance from a Star Wars character in the entire saga. Mark Hamill was funny, he was sassy, he was amazing, he was legendary, he was pretty much, you can pick all the words to describe how epic his performance was. It was great. He was just perfectly in sync with his character and what he needed to do in order to actually keep the, I would say, the story standing and really making it look serious, even through like the little bits of humor he throws through it. When he gets the lightsaber, he looks at it and decides to just throw it because he doesn't want anything to do with it. That got the movie tempo pretty much set straight from the get-go. Like, it was clear that Mark Hamill was on for a great performance from the moment I saw this. I think the fact that he doesn't die, in my opinion, he actually elevates, I would say, to like a spiritual status or whatever, because I think the way it happened, like, this is just my theory. I think he used a lot of energy to use that force projection, and that actually made him realize that his time has passed. And I think he realized that it isn't his duty anymore to protect the galaxy, pretty much. And I think he feels that Rey is ready for what's about to come, and pretty much I think he's served his purpose and just decides it's better to leave in this situation than actually giving an opportunity for Kylo to strike him down and go even deeper in the dark side. That's actually a theory that my friend told me. He could be onto something. Maybe Luke was just not wanting to give another opportunity to Kylo to hunt him down and strike him down. And I think that makes sense, to be honest, because really it's time for another generation to pretty much take over and destroy the enemy. So that's pretty much it for Luke Skywalker. I think he was great. Next character I want to talk about is Snoke, because people complain so much about Snoke. Like, that's the most frequent critic for this movie, because everybody thinks, and I have to say they were right, that Snoke was way overhyped and he actually dies very early into the movie, and I would say by a pretty pathetic way, because Kylo Ren actually chops him down using the Force, because like right on his I don't know, his armrest on his chair, he had the lightsaber Ray brought, which is actually Luke's. But yeah, it's actually hers now, so whatever. It was on his armrest, and Kylo uses the Force to actually move it, turn it towards Snoke, and activate it, and then he pulls it out. So I think the way it happens, Snoke, if he was that powerful, would have seen that coming, and he would have heard this lightsaber move. He would have read Kylo's mind or something. But then again, it's okay because it's part of the movie, and the fact that Snoke dies really early by the Force powers of Kylo really serves to show how powerful he is. The fact that he was able to like overpass or get through Snoke's powers to actually kill him from a distance. And in Star Wars, for a dark side user to reach his full potential, he must kill his master. That's, well, I wouldn't say, is it to reach his full potential or to really flourish, whatever you want to call it. A dark side user needs to kill his master. Happened with Palpatine, he killed Sidious. There's also, well, Anakin actually kills Sidious. Darth Vader kills him, and then he actually gets back to the light. But then again, he actually kills his master and gains the upper hand before he turns back to the light, or during he turns back to the light, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, anyways, in Star Wars canon and Legends, that's pretty much the way it works. And I agree, Snoke was overhyped for, and for good cause, because it really shows how Kylo is more and more powerful with every scene that passes in the movie. I also like his interaction with Luke's Force projection when he actually orders the whole army pretty much to shoot him down with every single gun and weapon they have, and then Hux says, okay, I think it's enough. And then when all the dust and the smoke disappears, and then we see Luke walking out of it and just dusting off his shoulder, that gets Kylo so mad, and he wants to face him himself. It shows that he's very, very confident in his dark side abilities, and even though he wins, because technically, he beat his Force projection, but he kind of loses because he actually didn't kill him. So it's kind of weird. This movie was really, really misguiding, especially for that part. My least favorite part of the movie probably would have to be the whole Canto Bight / Rose and Finn plotline. I think it was unnecessary for this movie, but I think it's going to be very useful for other movies, and I'm going to talk about this in another video. When I'm done making this video, I will post a link here in the description, but I think you guys don't want to miss it, because I think we might be on to something with this part of the movie. So yeah, I think for this movie it was pretty much pointless. They don't gain anything from it because they're looking for the code master. I don't remember exactly what the term is, the code cracker, code master, whatever, and they pretty much get betrayed by him. And the whole point of their side mission was to actually find a way to get someone to help them strike down the tracker on Snoke's ship. And in the end, it's pretty much useless because it's Laura Dern's character, which I unfortunately have a blank, I don't remember her name, but her character takes the cruiser and pretty much decides to go light speed on the ship and pretty much slice it in half, which actually destroys the tracker. So that's a little weird, and well, it destroys the tracker and the cannon, that like the super cannon that actually can destroy all the other transports that are trying to escape. This is a very, very powerful cannon, and yeah, I mean, they actually made a reference to the Death Star with that, and I was like, oh, not again, not another Death Star reference. But it was fine. It was fine. It was just to compare the strength and the capacity and how this weapon can be used. But it was fine. It wasn't another Death Star. If there was another Death Star in this movie, I would have just been very pissed, because okay, a fourth one, really? But no, there's no Death Star in this movie, guys. Don't worry. So yeah, that whole side quest was very much of a waste, except for the visuals that it actually showcased, like all the aliens, like the creatures, the beautiful casino in the city. I think it was filmed somewhere in Scandinavia. I think it was Croatia. I'm not sure. I'll have to check. But it really was a beautiful movie, all around. But this part of the movie, like the whole Canto Bight scenes, were beautiful and very well shot. As for Benicio del Toro's character, DJ, that we meet in Canto Bight, who's actually a traitor, he's funny, but I think we could have made without him, and the movie would have pretty much been the same. All it does pretty much is deepen the connection between Rose and Finn. For this movie, that's pretty much all it serves, because DJ doesn't play a major role in the ending, in my opinion, except for making Finn and Captain Phasma face off. Otherwise, it's pretty much just a little bonus part to this movie that's actually already pretty long. So yeah, I really like the fight between Phasma and Finn, but I think it was a little too short for what they hyped us for in the trailers. But then again, this movie was already long enough. They didn't have to make it 15 minutes. That was okay considering the time they had. Maybe they should have cut a little bit on some of the Canto Bight scenes and make this battle and make, well, this duel a little longer. But I'm fine with the balance they chose. As for other characters, Kylo just is like really good compared to the Force Awakens. I felt like he was a little bit of a crybaby in the Force Awakens, and he starts off the movie by being a little bit of a crybaby, but when he starts getting serious and he smashes his mask and actually decides to head off and kill some resistance fighters, we feel like he really has a major change after he pretty much gets humiliated by Snoke in front of the Praetorian Guards, and like I think he was very, very affected by this, and that really changed his motivations. I felt for a while he might turn to the light. Everybody felt it, to be honest, because if you didn't like have a single doubt about it, you didn't listen to the movie, like you didn't pay attention, because it was getting more and more clear he was gonna turn to the light, and then boom, he just gets. Does he get betrayed by Rey? Whatever you want to call it, when she actually pulls a lightsaber and tries to attack him, that gets him so mad that I think it reminds him of when Luke tried to attack him, and then he understands that he can trust no one, and he must destroy them. So that's what actually gets him even deeper into the dark. But that part was very well made. All the backgrounds, the scenes, the visual, sorry, of Snoke's master room were really well made. I really like the fights with the Praetorian guards when Kylo's in trouble. He teams up with Rey to actually kill pretty much everybody, and then he's really in trouble because there's a Praetorian guard with his arm and weapon under his neck, and Rey just yells "Ben!" and she throws her lightsaber at him, and he grabs it and just turns it on into his face. For a split second, he just like turns it on and off, and that kills the Praetorian guard right to his face. That was an amazing scene. Major spoiler, but if you're watching this video, you're expecting them. Yoda comes back, and he's amazing. For a while, I didn't like the CGI, but then again, you cannot really have a Yoda without CGI. So, you must deal with it pretty much. But for a while, he was like a little blurry. He wasn't that like, I don't know. There was like a glow around him that made him look like a puppet, and I didn't really like it. But then it seems like the aura around him really lightens and just like goes just shrinks and just becomes acceptable. And to be honest, I really like when Luke doesn't, like, he's hesitating, like he doesn't want to burn the tree and like the journal of the will, sorry, and pretty much like everything down. He's got a torch in his hand, and Yoda's like, just fuck it, and he brings thunder down on the tree, and Luke is so surprised, and he's like, what the fuck? And Yoda's just laughing it off. That was just great. I wasn't expecting to see Yoda. Nobody was, pretty much, because he wasn't in the trailer, and there was no sign of him in the trailer. There was nothing close to like there was nothing close to referring a cameo from Yoda, but his short presence was amazing. Next character I would have to talk about is Leia, and I think they miss a good opportunity to kill her off early in the movie when she got sucked into space. That would have been a perfect scene, a perfect opportunity to kill her off. But then when she turns Mary Poppins and pretty much like can navigate through space, through pretty much like no air, no anything. She's supposed to be dead, but then the Force just keeps her alive and brings her to a ship, and then people can save her. Like, they connect her to a machine, and she survives. And then Luke connects to her, and then later in the movie, and she wakes up, and that's just stupid. There was a good opportunity to kill her off and make Poe Dameron pretty much his successor, sorry, and they missed that opportunity because they actually gave Laura Dern's character way too much importance in my opinion. Like when I was watching the movie, I was like, what the fuck are they putting her in that position? That should be a great opportunity to just kill off Leia, because Carrie Fisher is dead and she won't be able to be in another movie. So just give Poe Dameron the rings and like go from there. But no, they have to give this character way too much screen time. But when she actually sacrifices herself to pretty much attack Snoke's ship, I understood everything they did with her, like why they put her in that position. So sometimes you're watching this movie and you're just like wondering why they're doing this, it's stupid, etc. And then later you understand. Pretty much like when Luke goes and sit on that rock and meditates, you're like, what's he doing? He's supposed to go and help them. Like, he's just gonna stay there? But no, he's actually helping them way more than we think, because he's using force projection from there. Because he doesn't have a ship to leave the planet, because we see that his ship is actually in the water. It's sunk. So he cannot leave, because he decided not to go with Rey when she decided she decided to leave. So all in all, this movie was great. There's a lot of little things that will get people angry, like the fact that they underused Supreme Leader Snoke, that they overhyped some stuff that actually didn't happen. I would say like a fight between Kylo and Rey, or maybe an alliance between Kylo and Rey that just lasted a few minutes, but it actually got even worse after that, because like for a while you could feel like they were actually bonding together, they were actually getting a good connection, and maybe they could team up and they could rally Luke to their cause, and they could actually be a very powerful trio. And maybe with Leia playing, they could they could give a new life to the Resistance, and General Hux would be the new evil guy. But then again, he's not enough of a powerful character to really be the main antagonist, in my opinion. So in the end, that makes sense. The fact that Kylo now takes Snoke's place, and he's gonna be extremely powerful, because now he's out for vengeance, which he didn't have anything against Rey, in my opinion, until now, because yeah, he got hurt in their duel, but I think he understands that he let himself get beaten, because he was hurt, and second, he was just trying to pretty much play with her, like toy with her, and turn her to the dark. But then he got caught at his own game, and Rey really took over. But in this movie, I think he now holds a grudge against Rey and Luke and Leia, and he's out for vengeance at the end of the movie. So that sets up the table for episode 9 in a very brilliant way, because halfway through the movie I was like, okay, so what's gonna happen in episode 9? There's gonna be nothing. There's gonna be a whole lot of nothing, and it's gonna be boring, because and the ending actually wouldn't have helped, because the way it ends, as I said, is not a major cliffhanger like it was in The Force Awakens. It doesn't really make you want to okay, let's watch the next movie right now. In The Force Awakens, pretty much everybody getting out of this movie was like, I want to see episode 8 right now. But you know what? I'm not too bad. I really want to see episode 9, but I can wait, at least for now. And we're gonna get a very good Star Wars movie, in my opinion, in May of 2018. So let's talk about that a little later, when we actually have some more content to discuss on this pretty much a spin-off movie, because it's not a part of the main storyline of the Skywalkers. So anyways, guys, don't miss the next video I'm gonna put up on YouTube on Star Wars Last Jedi, because I think we're up to something and we might know what's gonna happen next in the whole Star Wars movies, etc. From the Canto Bight scene. We actually could have a very good clue for what's going to come in the next 5 to 10 years for Star Wars. So that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe, follow me on Twitter and on Twitch. And also, if you guys want to see more Star Wars or Pokemon content, there's going to be a link for that in the description and on my YouTube channel front page. So I will see you all in the next video. Peace.